All right, hello everyone. Welcome to Parks Investigative Live. I'm your host, Investigative Parks. Got my special guest on the broadcast tonight, Mr. James Houston. Mr. Houston, your first time on. Welcome to the program.
Thanks, man. Thanks for inviting me also, man.
Yeah, you have to apologize all this background. No, as soon as I was ready to go live, my dogs started barking and he wanted to run around, and I guess he wanted to be part of the action. But nonetheless, I do want to apologize to you. I actually clicked on the wrong promo video. That was an old one with Mr. Robert Ray was on, so I do apologize. So I'll try to fix that before the show ends and play the correct one with you on there. So, but nonetheless, we have Mr. James Houston on tonight. We got a great topic tonight. We're going to be talking about the increased crime here in the city of Meridian. Also, James is going to be talking about a little trip he's going to be making, and we're going to try to assist him with making that trip and represent Meridian well. So, James, without delaying it any further, if you would go ahead, for those who do not know you, if you go ahead and just give a brief introduction of yourself and tell us more about you.
Uh, my name is James Houston. I'll be 48 years old Friday. I'm originally from Mississippi, but I moved away. I lived 10 years in California, and I did some things in California, so I moved back home because my oldest son. He was calling me like every week, man, telling me, this person got killed, this person got killed. So I took upon myself to defend to myself. I said, Steph, my son, he calling me for a warning, so that's why I'm back home.
All right, well, that's good. James, so now you are a product of the class of 93, correct? Meridian High School?
Yes, right, Meridian, 1993.
Okay, good. All right, now James, now you also come on live a lot. I know I've chimed in a few times where you go on live to try to educate the youth and just give them some positive advice. We're going to get into a little bit more about the trip that's coming up, but I want to talk about we would be remiss if we didn't talk about the developments, the tragic news that was discovered on yesterday in Meridian. And I mean, again, it was I was out on the boat fishing, and when the news came across that 3 individuals were shot, and well, at the time 2 were shot and killed, and 2 others was transported to the hospitals in the area. And then later on, the news came back that a 3rd individual had succumbed to his injuries. What do you have to say about that type of crime here in your hometown?
Um, most of that is caused by jealousy. This person have this person have this. Plus, the internet, social media, they get a lot of people killed because the flashing of money, and all this, the guns and everything. That and then and, that put them in danger, plus their family in danger because of the things they done out there in the street.
I agree. I agree with that. A lot of, like I say, a lot of news that's going on around the city, even across the nation. I don't know if you keep up with the national news, but I saw yesterday where, hold on, I want to pull it up. I don't want to misquote it, but I did see on yesterday where the comic magazines, I believe the comic magazines, the Superman now is going to be coming out. Sorry about that. Going to be coming out with a bisexual comic magazine starring Superman, him engaging in a kissing affair with another male comic. What are your thoughts on that, or have you even heard the story?
Well, I looked at it. I think I ran across it on the internet. That's I don't have anything against that because whatever that person want to do, that person grown enough to do what he or she want to do. Long as they don't come toward me with that, because that when they cross the line, when they start approaching other people with it, other than that, it don't bother me.
Okay, all right. Just want to get your thoughts on that. That seemed to be a hot topic in the area.
Right.
All right, let's get back to a little local talk. And again, James, Ben, you had talked. I'm glad you finally got a chance to link up and do the program. And then, guys, again, you're watching Parks Investigator Live. If you would share this live, tag someone. We're going to be talking with Mr. James Houston on tonight. He is a local activist here in the city of Meridian, and he loved his hometown. He came back and left the beautiful state of California to be back home, and he cared about his city and his community. So, Mr. James, with that being said, give us a little background about some of the things that you're involved with and what you like to see happen.
Something I'm involved with. I like to be more involved with the youth because the youth, that is where everything started at. Because if you don't teach a kid at their youth, they're gonna be lost when they get grown. If you teach them when they are youth, more likely they're gonna be good citizens of the state they living in. But other than that, they need to be raised correct.
Okay. All right. And also, let's talk a little bit more about this upcoming trip. I know you submitted some pictures over. Tell us about this previous bodybuilding or the World's Strongest Man adventure you was in. You want to touch on that a little bit for those who do not know?
Okay. From 2009 to 2013, in California, I started professional powerlifting. The things I just done a bench press. You had deadlift, but I just done a bench press. So, I performed, within the 4 years, and I guess I gained enough points, so they put me in the Hall of Fame. And another part on that, you are, I did 4 years, but it takes 12 years to get in. Retire and get into the Hall of Fame if you are inducted to the Hall of Fame. If not, you can get in, you can get by with 8 years, but I just had 4 years. Within that federation. I talked to Gus. Gus he over the federation. I talked to him a lot, about different things. I asked him how he became a movie star and all that stuff. Gus is. If you ever seen Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Gus, he buzzsaw. That's Gus. He used to be big, but he's tall. He like 7 feet, but he's still pretty big. Me and him, we talk a lot. He introduced me to his world of powerlifting.
Okay. I wish I had some of those pictures I can post up. For some reason, my files are not uploading, and I would, but later on I will try to get those pictures posted up. Man, you look like a totally different individual. With those guns, those arms sticking out there. It's amazing there.
During my competition, I was in where I started off in 2009 at the 220 weight class. The 220 is from 198 to 220. That's the 220 weight class. But the next weight class is the 242. That's the one I became a real beast in. And why I became a real beast in it because I gained a lot of more muscle mass. It was drug free now. Everything I done with drugs, I ate a lot. When I say I ate a lot, but it was good burning our food. So I got like this my before I started working out, this my size right now, the size I am right now. But I got up to like 245 pounds.
Wow, I tell you what, now where are you at? Where you stand now weight wise?
Well, I'm like 170. I'm like 1. Matter of fact, this morning while I weighed myself, it was 171.
Man, I wish I can get down to that size. Think you can help me out?
Of course.
All right. Look, and if you will, let's go ahead. For those who are just now joining, we're on live with Mr. James Houston. Many of you know Mr. James if you follow him on social media, Facebook as well. James, if you would, go ahead and let the viewers know, and the potential viewers who's going to watch this program later, know about what you're trying to do in your upcoming trip, and then of course we'll get to your Cash App information. Let's go ahead and tell people what you're trying to do so we can see if we can help you out.
Well, last year I called this guy Gut over a federation of the power lift I lived in California. You know, he was like, I've been trying to catch up with you, you know, to tell me that I've been inducted to the Hall of Fame. And what the Hall of Fame is elite, a chosen elite, men, women, boys, and girls that lift, that did power lift. So I would, you know, even though I didn't do 8, 12 years, I did 4 years, but there was enough for me. So, well, it was enough for me and my son, because my son, he put me on this mission to be the strongest man, one of the strongest men in the world. And once I got on that mission, and I know I'm going to complete that mission, and the mission complete.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and put up some information, and we'll just leave it up there for those who's interested in assisting Mr. James Houston on his mission as he go out and try to represent Meridian. For those of you who will, or if you know someone who would love to contribute to Mr. Houston's foundation, if you would, you can, here's his Cash App information there, Sledgehammer77. Don't forget the $. And I'll leave that up momentarily. Did I get the spelling right on that, Mr. James?
You got you have it right.
All right, we don't want nobody else receiving donations now. All right.
Do you want to know how I got Sledgehammer 77?
Oh, I'm pretty sure when you was in that 240 weight class, right?
No, I got that when I brought the Black Panther here to Meridian, Mississippi, and I was telling the other general here in town, and the other brothers and sisters, that when we get a name, we're gonna get a name that stands for something. They're gonna mean something. And
okay.
That's what I do. I'm a sludge. I bust stuff up.
Okay. Now you mentioned something about the Black Panther. Now, are you over this organization, this local chaplain?
That's the new Black Panther. I'm a part of the original Black Panther. They two different organizations, but it's going toward the same cause. It's just you have the new and you have the original. I'm original, and that's the new. They come to Meridian a lot.
Okay. So if someone would like to join in, or just interested in learning more about it, do they reach out to you, or?
Well, yes, they can, because people still reach out to me, because I get in touch with the one over the new Black Panther. They give me an application and everything. It's just instead of me doing the application, I just call someone else, and they're part of the new Black Panther.
Okay. All right. Again, guys, if you're just now tuning in, you're watching Parks Investigative Live. I'm your host, Investigative Parks. Got my special guest on tonight, Mr. James Houston. James Houston, local activist, part of the old Black Panthers. Mr. Sledgehammer 77. He's got a lot of hats he wears. So, guys, we're trying to help Mr. James reach his mission. He's got an upcoming trip where he's going to go out and represent Meridian well. And for those who are just now tuning in, James, I know you mentioned it earlier. Let's kind of go back and review why we're trying to assist you in supporting Meridian on your future trip.
Well, I've been inducted into the Hall of Fame of powerlifting, and I don't know what y'all know what Hall of Fame. I know y'all know about the basketball. It's the same thing, It's professional sport, just the powerlifting. It's the same recognition that basketball do, and that's what I've been, inducted to. And that's going to be in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm gonna leave the 27th of this month, heading out that way. So it's gonna be, it used to be a week long, but they said it's short. It's gonna be from October 31st to November 3rd. I think I'm gonna go and see mine on November the 2nd. After all the meets and everything.
Okay. All right. Now you're going to be leaving on the 23rd of October. Did I hear that correctly? I want to make sure I posted that right.
No, the 27th.
27th. Okay. And then the event is going to last from the 28th through the 3rd. Did I?
Yes, we're gonna leave on the 4th.
Okay. All right. All right, guys. If you want to contribute and assist Mr. James Houston in his upcoming induction into the Hall of Fame of powerlifting, which is a tremendous honor, like he said, of those who follow Major League Baseball or basketball or any of those professional sports where they have the Hall of Fame. That is a huge recognition for those players who exceeded in their position. So for Mr. Houston to be inducted into the Powerlifting Hall of Fame, that means he has some type of tremendous accomplishments in that area of powerlifting. So we commend you for that. And of course, we want to definitely be a blessing to him and support him because he's going to be representing Meridian well. Now, once you get out there on your trip, will you be going live from your Facebook page to kind of give us some updates for those who can't make it?
All right. Yes, I will. I'll be going live. My wife, she'll be going live. With my kids, they'll be going. But I will be going live a lot. Another thing I forgot. My highest I ever lifted in the competition was 677 pounds, and that with a pause and everything. But in training, I had a goal of 800 pounds. But in training, I hit 785 pounds, and they were closing up to 800 pounds for me. And all that had to be done before I turned 40, and I'll be 48 Friday.
Wow! Wow. Well, definitely, that's a blessing. All right. Well, Mr. Houston, it was such a pleasure to have you on again, guys. If you want to help support James, I tell people all the time, we spend money on lottery tickets. Some of us may go to the casino. We spend money on junk food, and we go to a ball game. We spend $10, $15 at the concession stand. Let's support this brother. And Mr. James, I'm gonna be the first one I'm gonna start the donation out tonight. I'll give you a small donation towards that, and of course, before the 27th of October comes up, I'll increase that donation. But I'm gonna start it out first. I'm gonna practice what I preach, and I'm gonna start it out and support you with a donation there. And like I say, anything will help, right?
Yes, anything. This is my first time ever, taking a donation in anything. I usually be the person that, give. And one time this brother, he been about about 3 months ago. He said, James, you keep on giving. You keep on giving. What you gonna have? And then, that the next day, I encounter what he was talking about.
Well, I'll say this right here, and I know you're a man of faith, but the Bible tells us it's better to give than to receive. So anytime you give out of your heart, especially, blessings are going to come in return. You reap what you sow, and that's either good or bad. So you sow those good seeds, it's definitely going to come in return. I do believe that. So again, James, we appreciate what you do for the people here in Meridian. And again, I know we all are saddened by the news on yesterday here in Meridian of those 3 young men who lost their life tragically. We pray for those family members. One of them I did know personally, and my condolences out to all the individuals involved. Truly a sad day for our area. And I know I'm getting a little bit off subject, but we talked about being from Meridian, and of course Meridian has a very dark cloud hanging over it right now. So we hope we can get past that and get past all this nonsense violence and come together as one. So, Mr. Houston, I appreciate you. Anytime you try to speak to the youth in a positive manner, that's always a commendable thing. So, any final thoughts or anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, I just he wanted me to lift, when I made out there, but now I'm not able to lift anymore. I haven't lived in 7 years, so I'm not gonna try and get out there and hurt myself. But I'll be out there. I'll be happy. The other lifters putting they straight on it, happy getting them prepared for whatever they got to do. And that's what That's what I did when I was there the first time, and that's what I'm doing now.
All right. Well, again, guys, thank you again, Mr. Houston, for coming on tonight. We're definitely going to get you back on the program when we have some more good topics. Are you interested in coming back on with my good friend, Mr. Robert Ray? And let's have a good discussion.
Yes, come on. No, I'm ready, man. You know, that's what I do. I love to talk.
All right. All right. Well, and you would definitely enjoy my friend, Mr. Ray. You know, he's the former mayoral candidate who ran in this most recent mayoral run. He's also a certified counselor who, he's a good old guy, and I enjoy having him on. He ain't afraid to say what's on his mind, even if it gets him in trouble.
Right.
So, but anyway, we'll set it up where we can come on and have Mr. Ray on and some other guests. But again, guys, Mr. James Houston, and don't forget, if you join in late, if you're just now tuning in, I do see a few live viewers. We're trying to support Mr. James on his mission to be inducted into the Powerlifting Hall of Fame, which is a tremendous honor. And he's invited to go out, and we want to definitely support him. And I took it down, but that's his Cash App, Sledgehammer 77. You can't miss that, Sledgehammer 77. Any amount, any donation will be appreciative on his mission. So James, keep us posted on that. If you would, on your Facebook page, just post some pictures of the event, and maybe we can share it and pass to get the news out.
Okay.
All right, James. Any final thing to say before we get out of here?
No, that'll be it. Thank you, man.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you. And James, appreciate it, brother. Until we speak,
Thank you.
Enjoy life and living. Thank you.